Hello, hello, hello. Hey, what's up? It's iCkedMeL. Let me do a little quick sound test, audio test, everything test. I'm late on everything test. Good evening, man.
The Nordic
10 p.m. So, hey guys, man, welcome. I'm sure probably all of you already saw the video. I haven't watched it yet. I know it's out with regards to Cassie. And I played a couple of seconds, but apparently it's like all chopped up and stuff, which kind of sucks. I would have liked to hear like a full interview, but apparently we got audio good over here. Good. Not the full video, right? Bruh, I was already a little bit aggy. And then I started to kind of listen to it a little bit. And it's just like, I mean, I don't even know what they said, but it's like she's there for like 10 seconds, then boom. They're talking. I guess they're gonna put it out later. Maybe they're gonna put it out in 20 parts. I don't know. And so yeah, I didn't get to do my afternoon stream today. Daughter was sick, so I had to go handle that, and tomorrow go to the doctor. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that towards the end. Towards the end of the stream. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. We're gonna watch a little bit of this video together. I mean, so far I've seen like 2 parts put out. This and that. I saw people like they were watching the original broadcast, I think. I don't know how they saw it, somewhere on News Nation, I guess. But man, it's kind of chopped up. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting like, I'd appreciate that. Check popcorn. What do you want me to do? You want me to watch and stream his stream? On this stream? I need source videos, guys. I know a lot of people send me like other YouTubers videos. I need the actual source. You know? The link or whatever. If possible. I think they went to the website, but I don't know. I don't even know how to work that thing, man. So I guess let's start. Let's check it out. I do have the TMZ clip too. Why don't we start out with the TMZ thing first, and then we'll watch the Twitter stuff. Brian Laundrie's sister. I don't know if parents are involved in Brian's disappearance. So, oof. Got this all over the place here. Brian Laundrie's sister says she doesn't have the slightest clue where he is. And she says she simply doesn't know if her parents are in on his mysterious disappearance. Brian's sister Cassie confronted by a group of protesters outside her Florida home Monday, telling them she hasn't seen Brian since he went missing, and she's been cooperative with law enforcement. Cassie says she's just as frustrated as everyone else with the case and wants answers. So they got a little clip here, and then we're gonna watch the News Nation. Thanks for becoming a supporter. Appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. The live clip just provided clips as well, right? The live stream thing.
We have fully cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that.
So wait, are you telling me that News Nation took this minute and a half and stretched it to 20 minutes? Is that what that is? It's the same video? We're going to watch it because I haven't seen the Twitter thing. Is that all they did?
At this point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did
No?
not
Okay.
know
We'll
that
see.
he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why
me
your
out.
parents? Why your parents? You're talking about
Because
Christmas.
they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know.
100% honesty, September
Yes, they're involved.
11th night forward, we've been cooperative. They've
It's
come
just
over,
frustrating
we've met
because
them.
The family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
give them.
I don't know.
And
Parents have hung up the phone on them.
I mean, it's just frustrating, you know?
I'd also like to say that, not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me. Able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did not know that he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why your
me.
parents? Why your parents? You're talking about
Because
Christmas.
they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know.
100% honesty, September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative. They've
It's
come
just
over,
frustrating
we've met
because
them.
the family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
give them.
I don't know.
Parents have hung up the phone on them.
I mean, it's just frustrating, you know?
I'd also like to say that, not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me.
So let's check out the News Nation thing. I really hope it's not just that chopped up a million times.
I want to.
Let me put the slow chat. By the way, thank you for all the well wishes, guys. I appreciate it. After I play these clips, I'll talk a little bit about, my daughter was sick. She was congested. And then from that, it went to last night. No, not like really early morning hours. She started having like this weird breathing stuff, like wheezing and stuff like that. And so her mother called me, and then I went over there. And when I had her breathing was weird, and she was kind of like panting, and it was all weird. Like, so took her to the ER. They said that she had respiratory distress, and so they took her right away. They gave her albuterol and some other medications, and they monitored her. I was pretty much there all day till like 5 p.m. And then I went back and forth a couple of times, filled the prescription and all that. So that's kind of what was going on. But she's okay now. I have an appointment tomorrow, so we'll probably stream tomorrow in the later afternoon, depending on what happens. But a follow-up appointment. But that's kind of what happened today. And we were sick in August. But she wasn't that bad. I was worse, and now she's worse, and I'm not sick at all. So it's weird. They said they believe it's viral. So I thought about that. Somebody said mold. I thought about that too. They have ways to detect that, right? Like you could do something. But that's kind of what happened today. I was kind of freaked out because her heart rate was already going super fast, and her oxygen level was at one point. When she went in, it was 91. Then it dropped to like 90 at one point and a little bit under. And so they gave her oxygen and the albuterol. It was just, kind of freaky. But it's all good. I got a little oxygen thing too that I gave her mother that I bought a while ago. The thing you put on your finger. And it does her pulse and all that. So, but all right, let's check out this clip.
To be very clear and transparent about what you are about to hear and how we obtained it, because I think that's important, especially in light of other interviews that have come out with Cassie and questions that have surrounded those. This is something that was shot by the protesters. You've seen the protesters night after night in our stories. They come outside Brian Laundrie's parents with their bullhorns. Well, today they left here and they went to Cassie Laundrie's house, Brian's sister, and they were protesting outside.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
And something unexpected happened. Cassie and her husband came outside onto the front lawn. They clearly knew they were being recorded because there's several different recordings, and they just started talking. They started talking to the protesters and answering their questions for close to 20 minutes, Marnie.
That's right, Brian. So as we splice these clips together, you're going to hear a number of new things that we have not heard from before. And the silence from this family, no more, hearing for the first time Cassie in a number of weeks since her brother has gone missing. And the investigation into Gabby Petito's death continues. So in this first clip, Cassie addresses her parents, who
Or, Christina for the super
who have
chat.
not spoken since Brian disappeared. She also talks about the family camping trip to Fort De Soto. That was on September 6th. Let's listen.
And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why
me.
your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about
Because they're
Christmas.
not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know. At Fort De Soto on the 6th, we got there at around
And who is that Brian Enton over there that's talking to them? Or is that the protesters talking to them?
2 o'clock, and we left around 8 because the kids had school the next day.
On the 6th?
On the 6th. We only stayed for about 6 hours.
Who was there?
My mom.
Who talks like that? Who's there? On the 6th? When? Why? Are you sure? Why not just talk a normal person?
My dad, my brother. We had s'mores, we had dinner.
What did Brian say anything about
We
Gabby?
had our kids there. Nothing came
Am I crazy? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
up.
He didn't say anything about Gabby.
No, we've told the FBI everything.
Did Brian go?
The
Did you?
world does not need to know what the FBI knows.
All right, so a couple key points there, Brian. As you heard, they were asked, do you think that your parents are involved? And she said, I don't know. She also talked about that January.
It's just such a weird way to talk to somebody. How do you even expect people to open up? Why? When? How? Who? Like, what the hell?
September 6th, Fort De Soto, camping with the family. She said they were there about 6 hours. And she said at that point, she did not know that Gabby was missing. Based on
Oh, it's the protesters. Okay, well, maybe that's why. Damn. I was like, yo, what kind of reporter is that? Jesus. My God, just talk to the person. Lil77, don't worry, Mel. It's a virus going around almost on all the states. Many kids and infants are getting infected. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit more at the end about that. Just for parents, you know what I'm saying? If your kids are having things like that, just go do it immediately. They told me it was great that I brought her in today until things were like handled, but they just had to monitor her. So yeah, just be cautious with that kind of stuff. Don't play around with it. There was one time I covered a story, just super brief, where there was like these homeopathic people, right? And they wanted all this natural medicine stuff, and their kids all got sick. They all had fevers. And instead of giving them like Motrin or Tylenol, allegedly, what I heard was they just kept giving some, I don't know, some sort of like whatever natural stuff. And like one of the kids had a seizure and like died. The other kids were able to get to the hospital or something like that. You know, after a certain point, man, just give the kids some Tylenol or Motrin or take them to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
on the timeline, you have been on this case since the very, very beginning. What stands out to you about what Cassie shared?
I'm canceled.
Let's just go to the headline here because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. She was asked, "Are your parents involved?" And she said, "I don't know." She didn't say no. She said, "I don't know." And she said that she has not been in touch with her parents. So obviously there is division within this family right now. People were thinking maybe they were all on the same page. If she's telling the truth, there's division within the family right now. And she said it in her own words. She doesn't know whether her parents are involved and whether or not they know where Brian Laundrie is right now.
She also said, Brian, she said, "I've lost my brother and my parents." Why your parents? Because they're not talking to us. I'm not talking to my parents. And then do you think they're involved? She doesn't know. Let's play this next clip for you. Cassie talks about the day Brian showed up at her house. Now, this was back on September 1st when she found out Gabby was missing, and also why she has been silent so far.
So when he came here September 1st, right? You said he came, what did he come here for?
My parents wanted to surprise the kids to pick them up at school. I did not know that Brian was with them when we had previously planned to hang out with them. This is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row.
What did the FBI take out of the house here? Like what?
Nothing.
They came here though.
Yes.
During
We met with them multiple times.
you met with them multiple times.
Okay.
Did they ask you for like polygraphs or anything like that?
No, but
No.
So not asked about a polygraph. She said, my parents surprised me with the kids. Brian showed up. She didn't know that he was coming. What do you make of what she shared there, Brian?
Well, it's interesting. She's claiming that her parents came to her house and that she didn't know Brian Laundrie was going to be there back on September 1st. But remember, when she first did the interview with ABC News, which was short and not really a full interview, and there were a lot of questions about that, ABC News reported that she had said she hadn't seen Brian since he returned.
It's kind of crazy that, and I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm hoping that, like, okay, tomorrow they actually release the full thing, or that the whole thing wasn't just a minute and 30 seconds. Who talks in a minute and 30 seconds? Hopefully there's more than that. But then the other thing too, the only other interview we have with Cassie is this other crap that was put out, right? This 20-second thing. And they followed up with a minute and 30 seconds and just chopped up bits and pieces. I mean, I get what they're doing. They're giving context, but they're doing chopped up bits and pieces. And it's just like, okay, great. We got another 40 seconds. I mean, she said some pretty significant things. But like, I don't know why the media does that. Is it 20 minutes? I hope the 20 minutes is not just this.
To Florida. So we were interested when we had our exclusive reporting on Friday that she had in fact seen Brian at her house on September 1st. Now this new nugget, she's claiming that she just thought her parents were coming and that Brian wasn't going to be there.
Brian, this next clip that we're going to share with folks at home is one of the more surprising, and I watched all 20 minutes. Let's listen now to Cassie describe the attorney for Brian Laundrie, her brother, and also she is asked if she thinks that Brian killed Gabby.
The media ended up misconstruing what I said when they asked me if I had seen my brother. Like I said in the beginning, they didn't say, have you seen Brian? It was, what's the weirdest thing about this all? It was, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I tried to contact him after this. I tried to contact my family after this. I hadn't been able to speak to my brother.
Do you know about any additional burn phones?
I have no idea.
So you don't know nothing?
I do think that was the wrong clip, but we've got a few clips to share with you, so I think we'll get to it. But Brian, one thing that she said is in relation to the attorney for Brian Laundrie, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid, and I'm not talking to him. And then when asked, did Brian kill Gabby? She said, I don't know.
Again, I mean, these I don't knows are really, really telling. She's not standing there saying, my brother would never do this. I love my brother. There's no way. I mean, she's giving these I don't know answers. And I think that's really significant.
Right. The other thing that she said in a portion of this interview, she said, I wasn't ignoring Mr. Petito's phone call. I think there had been some questions about whether or not Mr. Petito, Gabby's dad, was reaching out to the Laundrie family asking for help. Can you glean some clarity into those conversations or any interaction between these two families when Gabby was still missing?
So what we know, Marnie, is early on in all of this, when Brian returned here to Florida without Gabby in Gabby's van, obviously Gabby's parents became extremely concerned. And according to her parents, they were reaching out to the Laundrie family, mainly to the parents behind me, basically begging for any information. And according to Gabby's parents, they were being flat out ignored. They were texting. They were not even getting responses to their text messages, which they found to be very, very strange considering Gabby was Brian's fiance. Why would the family suddenly be ignoring them? And that's what sparked them to initially call police.
Another couple things that Cassie said. She said, I'm upset. I've been silent because the FBI told me to. Let's listen to another clip here.
Have you ever seen Brian hit Gabby?
No.
Have you ever seen him fight?
No.
Have you ever seen him hit any woman?
No, I've never seen him be abusive or angry in anything. No.
You know that we talked to neighbors. We canvassed your parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've heard screams coming out of your parents' house on multiple occasions.
Your parents' home.
Screams.
I don't know what to tell you about
Might have been
that.
our kids. We lived there for a year.
Oh, you lived at the home in Wabasso?
Yeah,
Gabby and Brian lived with us.
when they were in New York.
And you never seen them fight? No argue? No?
Of course, you know,
But nothing?
everybody bickers, but nothing like what any.
Thank you for the text. I didn't realize my mic was off. My bad, dude. Yo, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Like, no
But they have a
domestic anything.
constituted domestic violence.
No,
No.
yes, or else we would have done something about it.
Right.
Like, I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to that what's saying has happened. I wouldn't let that happen. We're
not the evil monsters we're made out to be.
We're not the monsters we're being made out to be. Brian, she also.
I want to be very
I don't know. It's interesting, man. At least they came forward and spoke. We're going to watch the second part. Let me just refresh real quick. Supposedly the attorney, the most responsive he's ever been now is when they're coming for the family. Laundrie family attorney, Mr. Bertolino, just texted, I do not represent Cassie Laundrie. Cassie's comments can only be attributed to the press twisting my words and hers. Jeez. Oh no, what is that? What is that? Who did that? All right, let me click this. Which were only given to clarify prior mischaracterizations by the press with the hopes of further sensationalizing this tragic story. I don't know what's going on, man. At least they came forward and spoke a little bit more, said something, which is more than Brian's mother and father have done.
I'm
gonna get the super chats right after this to you. I appreciate you guys coming super last minute, super just blah. You know what I'm saying?
boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Why would he do that? Like, why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed?
She's not their client.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Thrown under the bus how? Because he put out that she went to the camping trip?
Why would he do that? Like, why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed, Gabby, and
They had a storage locker.
Brian, do you know where it was?
I have no idea.
Do you know what date your brother flew back, that your dad paid for the plane?
Didn't even know he paid for the plane.
Did he fly back?
Yes,
From
he flew back.
like
So at least we got confirmation finally with some sort of flight thing.
around like what, the 17th or something?
Put it into their house.
Around like the 17th or something,
Yeah,
after the
he
flight.
got here on the 17th. I don't know what day he left.
Did you see him on that trip?
Yes.
What was discussed? Anything? Was he discussed about?
They were talking. He was telling me where they were going next. I FaceTimed with Gabby and the kids.
I think this is good, man. All this stuff happening now, whether you believe them or not, this could put a little bit pressure on the family, maybe on the mother and father. I mean, maybe they've had it now that the protesters have showed up at their place. Maybe they're feeling the heat. You know, they're talking about their kids are crying and stuff like that. And maybe this kind of turns people back a little bit to the parents. Maybe this puts more pressure on them. Maybe this, you know, makes the attorney just kind of like, oh crap, like what am I going to do? You know, now these people are talking. Maybe that's why he's throwing them down, turning his back.
Kids on that trip.
Did he say he got in a fight with Gabby? He didn't talk about that incident?
Just was a surprise to us, too.
Yeah. We're unfortunately in the dark as much as everybody else.
I don't know about that.
So, Brian, this takes us all the way back to allegedly August 17th, when they say Brian Laundrie flew back home to Florida. His sister saw him. That is information that we had not until tonight been able to corroborate if it is in fact true.
Yeah, these are sort of rumblings. A lot of this stuff that Cassie is saying are rumblings that we've been hearing about, that people on Twitter are constantly direct messaging me about, that we just haven't been able to confirm because the FBI has been so tight-lipped, and obviously no one from the family will ever talk to us. So it's very interesting to hear Cassie now confirming some of these tidbits. And also, I mean, she just said,
I'm gonna say, can you be thrown under? Peepers T said, can you be thrown under a bus if you're also driving it? Oh man, what a mess. I think this is actually good though, to be honest. Like people were saying kind of in the chat as well, that this kind of puts a little bit more pressure, I think. And they're kind of confirming things, you know, even the flight and everything, which we've been trying to do for a long time. And it's just her saying it, but I don't think there's a reason to lie about that particular detail.
that her own family attorney, the words were, she feels thrown under the bus. So based on everything we're hearing, it sounds like there is some major infighting within the Laundrie family. The parents in the house behind me, who haven't come out in days now, clearly not on the same page as their daughter Cassie, who lives about 45 minutes from here.
And Cassie is saying, I am not talking to my parents. I've lost my brother, my parents. The FBI has told us not to talk. And if you're just joining us, the reason she and her husband came out is they wanted these protesters off of their lawn. Their kids are inside. It was for their own protection. And then for 20 minutes, she continued to answer questions about her brother, about the case, about what she knew. Another interesting thing that we learned from Cassie this afternoon, Brian, was that the couple had a storage locker that they shared. Cassie says she doesn't know where that is. We now have that clip when Cassie is asked, did Brian kill Gabby? Let's listen.
My parents' lawyer really screwed me over by saying that he just
Well, I
stopped
saw
by.
the comment that
he
came
did
in.
not
He-
just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think Brian killed Gabby?
Wait, she said he did not stop by on the way home? Hold on.
Cassie is asked, did Brian kill Gabby? Let's listen.
My parents' lawyer really screwed me over by
Oh, so it's the lawyer. She's saying the lawyer screwed her over.
saying that he just
Well, I
stopped
saw
by.
the comment that
he
came
did
in.
not
He-
just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to
Whoa. So this is great. Honestly, let some sort of inner turmoil happen. Let things start coming out.
anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think Brian killed Gabby?
I don't know. Silence was not guilt. Silence was
Well,
the
nobody
FBI
came here
telling us
until
not
the
to.
lie.
Because one,
The
this
sooner
is-
he's found,
sucks for
the
us.
sooner
Yeah.
this is over for us.
Yes.
The sooner he is found, the sooner it is over for us. And just to go through what they just said there, Brian, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. Did Brian kill Gabby? I don't know. And silence is not guilt. The FBI has told us not to talk. Surprising that she did.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it totally caught me off guard tonight. I've been to Cassie's house several times, knocked on the door. We've put in requests to talk to her, and she hasn't talked to the media since that one interview very, very early on. And I think she must have just gotten fed up with these protesters. The neighbors were clearly fed up, and her husband just decided to come right out. And again, I just want to reiterate for people who are listening to this and maybe didn't catch the beginning. I mean, the person asking these questions, the man and the woman, these are protesters. These aren't reporters. These are protesters who are just out there protesting. She comes out.
Okay, there we go.
And they started sort of getting the opportunity to ask these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. So I guess the protesters did some good. I guess, right? I mean, we got a whole. Of course, we don't want to affect kids and stuff like that. But this is some information that's come forward, and they were actually the one. These people didn't even want to talk to the media. Apparently, it seems like, and they went out there and they spoke to these protesters. I wonder if the protesters, okay, they're good now. Are they going to continue, or are they going to refocus back on Roberta and whatever the other guy's name is? I can't even remember right now. Brian's father.
And all this happening, Brian, as the search for Brian Laundrie continues. I want to talk to you about your report today. You were in the middle of putting a piece together for tonight about a possible sighting in the Appalachian Trail. What can you tell us about where the search stands tonight and what we've learned?
So still no confirmed sightings of Brian Laundrie tonight, Marnie, but what we have been looking into is this report from a hiker along the Appalachian Trail right on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. He says that he was hiking over the weekend, early Saturday morning, when he says he saw someone who he believes is Brian Laundrie in a white pickup truck. He says he's been following the case. He knows what Brian Laundrie looks like. I talked to this guy. He's an engineer. He says he's detail-oriented. He says he is 99% sure that he saw Brian Laundrie. I spoke with him on the phone. His name's Dennis. This is what he told me. Okay, so basically what he told me was that that he was, again, 99% sure that it was him, that he's been in touch with the FBI, and that he actually plans to meet with the FBI either tomorrow or on Wednesday.
Brian, are they still searching the reserve? What's the status of that tonight?
So the reserve search is ongoing. The swamp, which is just a couple of miles from where we are, but it's scaled down massively. Today, we had a chopper up looking from the sky because that's really the only way to keep an eye on things there. And there was one airboat we spotted with a canine and a search crew on the airboat. So not as big a search as we saw last week when there were literally hundreds of people out there searching.
How about the scene outside the parents tonight and throughout the day? Has that changed?
It's been quiet out here. You know, they haven't come out all day long. They got one package delivery. The dad went to the screen door and quickly took it in. But they haven't been out of their house in days. And all I can wonder right now is what they must be thinking now that their daughter Cassie has come out and basically, you know, just spilled all these details about obviously stuff that they didn't want out.
Another new twist.
They got to be pissed. Now, Momo sent this to me, and I saw some people in the chat talk about this. The guy out there made a post. Let me get the earlier post first, and then I'll read the newer post. And this is the guy, I believe this is the guy that had the confrontation with the other person, the neighbor. We showed both of the videos, the first one we saw, and then the other video where the guy posted, supposedly they were on his property taking video and pictures. Somebody else told me that he did an interview, this guy Jonathan, and explained the whole situation. I haven't heard it yet. So, and I feel like I was thinking when I saw this whole situation, I'm like, there's probably more to this. Maybe they've had issues in the past, or is this the first time? I don't know. But it says here, my team and me will be back out in front of the home of Brian Laundrie tomorrow morning, Tuesday, seeking justice for Gabby. Come join us. Hopefully the dirty laundry parents talk to us next. And then at 10:11 p.m., I told Cassie Laundrie and her husband, Jim, that I won't be protesting in front of their house anymore. I believe them to be genuine. I don't think they assisted Brian in this. They had tears in their eyes. Respect that they had enough courage to come out and face us to talk. I mean, that is, yeah, it is interesting that he came out and they head on addressed the situation. Oh, and here's his post too. Let's take a look at his Twitter real quick. Oh, this was a whole mess too. Kind of. Depending on how you look at it. So there was like some drama. Apparently it's being covered. I mean, we saw this. I didn't know about the basket until after the fact, but we saw the video where, you know, the person was out there and calling out the laundries. And apparently it had a laundry basket. And let's see. I don't need that. The only problem is that some people took offense because it was put right next to like the memorial stuff, kind of, or like the tribute that they had out there. And so this article kind of goes in depth about it. Remember that? It was kind of crazy. I was surprised when that whole situation took place. I was thinking too, when this whole thing was going on, I was like just imagining like what these people must be inside doing, thinking. Probably like, oh my God, like who is that? Like just like maybe looking through their window, maybe peeking out, like just like freaking out, maybe have 911 on speed dial. And Jonathan posted this earlier as well. Cassie Laundrie and her husband came outside from their home to speak to us for almost 20 minutes. Full video coming out soon. Maybe he's going to drop the video out.
We have to do that, but you refuse to help her. Say her name, Gabby Petito.
Justice for Gabby. TikTok time's up.
Say her name, Gabby Petito. Laundrie family are despicable. You all deserve to be in jail next to your murderous son.
They ain't playing out there.
Justice for Gabby. Justice for the Petito family.
Light skin
Live in
chick.
your home, ate at your
Thank you for the super chat. The laundry basket is from Molly.
table, and this is how you show her you love her. By hiding her murderer. By assisting
doesn't deserve mercy. You deserve to rot in jail next to your son. She deserved better than you. Her life mattered. Your son's life does not. He's a murderer. You're putting other young women at risk when every day he's on the street. And you don't care. You don't care. How many more people does he need to kill? He's already killed one.
A lot of activity going on outside of the home of Brian Laundrie. More media camped out front, cars driving by the house, protesters, spectators.
We need to know where your son is.
Why did you go camping with Brian September 6th at Fort De Soto Park with your daughter, too, Cassie?
Why are you guys lying?
You think Cassie's going to protect you forever? She has kids. She has a family. She has a husband named Jim. Why was Brian with her? Soon as he got back from Wyoming after he murdered Gabby. What's your daughter Cassie's involvement in this?
I knew she was murdered and you helped your son cover it up.
But I pray that you will make the right decision and do what's right and cooperate with authorities. Justice for Gabby and her family. Justice for all victims of domestic violence, and you're no victim.
He needs to come in and turn himself in.
He needs to turn himself in. You need to come out and tell Brian to turn himself in to authorities immediately. The whole world is watching, Laundrie family. This is not going to go away. This is not going to go away.
He's a murderer.
You were outside gardening yesterday. Gardening while your murderer's son is on the loose, and you're in the backyard gardening. And then as soon as you seen you were being gardening, you zoom back into the house.
Imagine they had like somebody just roll in the back. I don't know how exactly it looks behind the house, but on the other side of the street, and just pick them up. They dip out, go live somewhere else, or just stay in a hotel somewhere, and nobody knows they left. And then everybody's just out there for days and days and weeks, and nobody's in the home. I wonder how they do it, because those protesters, they're not giving up. They're putting in work. They're every day. That one guy, I think he said he has an anxiety, PTSD, or something like that.
Meanwhile, when Gabby was missing weeks ago, you didn't even help with the search. You gave no statements about anything to help Gabby's family. Gabby's father called you guys. Where's my daughter, Gabby? Where's my daughter, Gabby? And you refused to take his calls. Hung up on him. That's shameful. That's disgusting.
You're a despicable family.
But I do pray for you guys. I pray that you will repent and make the right decision. It is not too late. Bring closure to Gabby's family. Bring closure to Gabby's family.
You guys would have stopped your son years ago. Instead of enabling him, Gabby would still be alive.
Shame on you, Laundrie family. Shame on you. We are not going away.
Every day we'll...
That's just a little bit of what goes on out there. DoorDash delivers food to the home of Brian Laundrie for me? No. Wait, he ordered it for himself? Another supporter, Gabby Petito, had brisket and fries delivered to us. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. People are actually like doing that to help the people out there.
Hi, what do you got?
Wait, is it for the laundries or is it for the protesters?
Who's it for in particular? A name? Who? I'm sorry? I'm Jonathan. That's us. Yeah, we're out front here. All right. More food delivered to us. That's like DoorDash, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Can you say who that is for again, Jonathan? Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
They don't even care. Yeah. Let's take it. Bullshit.
Thank you. Look at all this. look at all this yummy food coming.
Wow.
Look, sending us food.
Oh, They're being taken care of out there.
I'm in the boat where
See Brian really say anything new? Part 3 and 4, or is that it? Let's talk about that video. Let's talk about it. Let me read the super chats and then we'll see the new post from Brian. I was about to say Laundrie. Enton. Man. Let me take a look here. I had to check today's date. Thank you, Sandy. Christina, I said thank you. They appreciate that. Thank you, Lil. Bell Horse, it's all protesters. There was no media there. Thank you. Lily, Mel, it's the menace, JLR. Oh, thank you. Day, thank you for the super chat. After is done, cough, staying for more than 2 weeks, but for sure, keep the pulse ox around. Yeah, I got the pulse ox. I've been having this cough since the end of August, lingering around, but yeah, she's kind of coughing. She has the albuterol. We had to get like, they gave me the spacer thing too, to hook up to it and like pump it in there and then they breathe it in. I had to learn how to do that today. Lang, thank you for the super chat. So glad I found you. Your stories are so clear and your voice is soothing. Best of luck on your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tonight was just super last minute. I just want to kind of check out the clip with you guys, at least check in one time. I didn't think I was gonna be able to pop in at all today. Angela, thank you for the super chat. Check TMZ for a video. Thank you. Antoinette, the guy that took the video is Jonathan, same guy that got in the fight with the neighbors. Yeah, I see that. Rolf, good presentation on your channel. Smart and logical. Thanks. Johan, thank you for the super chat. Ali, hoping your daughter as well. Gracias. So far, she's doing okay. Tomorrow I'm taking her to the doctor in the morning around 11 something. So just do a follow up. Katie, if Brian's parents were completely innocent, they would have no reason to excommunicate their daughter. FBI may be screening all their calls. Maybe so. Looks like there's a fallout, turmoil within the family. Susan Bible, thank you for the super chat. Light skinned chick, the laundry basket is from Molly. KJ, thank you for the super chat. Marguerite, these megaphone people have I think you meant to say mental health problems. Jonathan is a felon, allegedly. Well, I think I saw that too. Known for inserting himself into national crimes. He claimed to be the uncle of the Sandy Hook shooter. Oh, wow. Debbie, thank you for the super chat. Neighbors behind played Don Hensley's Dirty Laundry loud for 20 minutes this morning. Really? Andrew, how's your daughter? Pray for your family. Thank you. She's doing all right. She's doing good. I have a oxygen thing. She's at her mother's, but she's on medication now. Albuterol to help with the breathing and stuff. The albuterol thing, I don't really like it, man, because I didn't know that stuff because I've never taken it myself. It increases your heart rate and it makes you all like fidgety and kind of like nervous and anxious and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess that's part of it is what's supposed to do. Let's check this out real quick here.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I don't have it, Blue. Me or my daughter. I mean, she can't get it yet anyway, but yeah, we don't have it. I don't think I could right now anyway if I wanted to. Because I have the it makes you high, does it? Yeah. Oh, shake too. Yeah, she was like, it was kind of freaking me out because I've never seen her do those things. Reddit, thank you for the super chat. Everyone should go and put laundry baskets and soap in the middle, on the front yard and in the middle of the night. Johnny Cash, Mel, Google Jonathan Lee. Stop promoting him. Just play interview. He is a violent convicted felon who has hurt many, including Sandy Hook victims. Wow. Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Texas, thank you for the channel. Happy to find. Appreciate you guys coming in late night. Not sure if stickers and super chat is the same. So here's another 5 because you rock. Totally appreciate your view on things. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gracias.
Is this service okay? Okay, good.
Oh my God, Terry.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That was a crazy couple of hours. Like I did not know that was going to happen. So first of all, like everybody, when we were on the live stream, when I was doing my live stream earlier and everybody was messaging me like, Cassie's talking. I didn't know what you guys were talking about at first. And then I'm glad I got right off because, wow. So that was that totally came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. And like, there's so much for us to go over with this video. I still haven't really processed. Oh, the light just came on out here again. That's the first time I've noticed it. I still haven't processed it all. I need to go through it all. Like, I've only watched it. I mean, we got it on air so quickly. I only watched it, really one time very quickly through. So I'm not going to be able to answer all your questions, but all of the highlights, we got on. So we got him on News Nation Prime at 9, and then we got him on Banfield, and I tweeted a bunch. So
This is Brian Enton talking. Just posted this video.
So yeah, we'll make sure to get the full interview out. But you know, I mean, what did you guys think? Like, what do you make of this? I'm just reading your comments.
Thank you, Joe. I'm gonna read it in a second. Thank you for the super chat, man.
Yeah, a lot of new questions about the timeline, that's for sure. What she said about the 17th, what she said about, I mean, you guys have been asking about this storage locker for so long, and I never really talked about it because we had no way of confirming anything, and now all of a sudden she's talking about it. I've tried. People are saying, why didn't you get her to sit down with you? I mean, we've tried. Like, you know, I've tried, but it seems like she must have just gotten so frustrated with the protesters that she just came right out on the lawn and started talking.
Thanks, Lisa. Levasabutamol. Sounds almost like levabutrol. That's what it is. Zopanex.
Sorry, I'm just reading everything you're writing. No, there's no protesters here.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. I didn't know that was a better alternative. Doctor.
Some people are saying she seems sincere. So people are saying they haven't seen it. Yeah, we'll put the full video out. I have to go through it, and I mean, like I said, we got it so quickly. They just quickly clipped it back at News Nation, the parts the highlights. So
maybe they'll put it out tomorrow.
A lot of people saying they feel bad for Cassie. That she's in the dark. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. She said she hasn't been talking to the parents. It seems like there's definitely division between her and the parents. But she didn't really seem to stand up for Brian too much. So, but if you haven't seen it yet, go back. I clipped 2 videos. We'll put more out. And, you know, keep in mind, this was the protesters basically talking to her. So we didn't really have control over the questions or anything like that. I also remembered I didn't, I had a full phone conversation with Dennis the hiker, and I did not tweet that out because I got so distracted with this. So I'm going to tweet that out in a few minutes here. But
okay, so we got that to look forward to. I want to hear that as well. Hopefully he'll post that. I'm going to read the super chats real quick. I wanted to listen to I Will. It came to me in several parts working, and I'll post everything I was sent. Oh, there's popcorn. Please post the full interview. Read the super chat. I wanted to check out this real quick. I'm sure everybody's already seen it. This is the full 911 call with that guy, Dennis Davis. This is the guy that supposedly saw Brian. Elastic Berry, dude, Brian is long gone, but he'll mess up. That swamp search is dumb. Shout out to the what? Adrianax? Adriandax? I don't know what that is. I don't even know how to say it. Thanks, man. Joe, new member, love the content and show. Prayers for you and your daughter. Thank you so much, man. Definitely check out Discord too when you have a chance. Marguerite, and Jonathan is a felon, not alleged. I just spent $5 more to drive to what? I just spent $5 more to drive this point home. Oh, okay. Google him. I thought for a second I read that you're on your way to his home, like you're driving to his home. I was like, oh hell no. Sharon, thank you for the super chat. Redivision, I'm glad I found this channel super informative, and you're relentless, and you're giving all your all. Praying for your baby girl. Thanks. Lily77. Hey Mel. I think you missed my super chat question. Not sure if you got it. I thought I read it, but let me take it. Oh no, maybe I did miss it. Just a quick question, not very relevant. Don't these protesters ever need to go to work for a living? Is this their job? Just asking. I don't know. Maybe with everything that's going on. Or maybe some people are retired and stuff. I asked that question, not with this, but a different story a long time ago with some other situation. But let's check out this 911 call. Lil Intoxic Official, your live streams to solve this case is awesome. Much love, brother. Thank you, man. Just let's listen to this. Hopefully Brian will post that call and the other thing as well.
What's the location of your emergency?
Well, I'm on the.
Let me fix the volume real quick. Kind of loud.
Highway right now, but I ran into Brian Lauer just a little while ago.
Okay, where did you see him at?
I was at the parking lot for the.
Did you say Brian Lauer?
Appalachian Trail on the north side of Great Smoke.
Okay, can you tell me, like, was you at an overlook?
Well, let me see.
Are you there?
Hello?
Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably going through the gorge. You lose service every now and then. So where did you...
Oh, the full video's out. Full video. Oh, finally. Ay, Dios mío. Jesus. Thank you for the person. Let me see. Who said that in the chat? Thank you for the person that said that. I lost it. Ooh, okay, let's get this. Let's get this full screen.
Since September 11th when they called.
Thank you.
We want to know what the hell.
No.
We have fully cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I've been honest.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. The thing about it is we know Gabby's family. Gabby is...
We do too.
What do you want us to do?
We cooperate with the police. We're not supposed to talk to anybody, and you're making my children cry.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did not know that he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about Christmas.
Because they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We know.
You're not involved?
We have literally been finding everything out with the news with like everybody else. My kids are upset. You're upsetting my neighbors, and all we want to do is let you guys know that we don't know.
What happened? What did you guys do on the 6th through the 8th at Fort De Soto?
We were at Fort De Soto on the 6th. We got there at around 2 o'clock, and we left around 8 because the kids had school the next day.
On the 6th?
On the 6th. We only stayed for about 6 hours.
Who was there?
My mom, my dad, my brother.
Would you guys be willing to go on record to say that you would like your brother Brian
FBI
Laundrie
knows all this. They've known this
turn
since.
himself over to the authorities?
What was going on at Fort De Soto campground? What were you guys doing there? Like, where there was a campfire?
We had s'mores, we had dinner.
What did Brian say anything about
We
Gabby?
had our kids there. Nothing came up.
He didn't say anything about Gabby.
No, we've told the FBI everything.
Did Brian go?
The
Did you?
world does not need to know what the FBI knows.
That's
That's why we're silent.
They've asked us to not say anything, really.
This is me coming out against them.
They're suffering, big
We're
time.
suffering.
Well,
They're suffering.
To be fair,
I
they lost a
understand
life.
your view.
I mean, to be fair, they lost a
100%.
life. So
I know.
I really I feel bad for you, but again, I don't
No,
feel bad
I
for
know.
you.
That's fine. You feel how you
So-
feel. How we feel. My kids are upset. You're upsetting my children, who are very upset that they had to find out that their aunt died from you people screaming it at them from the house. So that's not.
Where
fair.
was that at?
On Saturday when you were here.
Your aunt died.
No, their aunt.
Their aunt died.
Yes.
Her future aunt.
They considered her aunt. Aunt Gabby forever. So
To be honest with you, we can't even hear you inside.
Well, we can't.
I mean,
couldn't figure that.
So where else have you seen Brian since
that's
September
it. I
1st?
have not
September
seen
6th.
anybody after 8 o'clock on September 6th. I have not spoken to my parents.
How long did they stay there? Do you know? Like at
I
the
don't
Fort De Soto Park? Did Brian go off on his own into the woods or
No
anything?
idea.
We
What
don't
we've
know.
been told, we know as much as you.
Did you? So when he came here September 1st, right? You said he came. What did he come here for?
My parents wanted to surprise the kids to pick them up at school. I did not know that Brian was with them when we had previously planned to hang out with them. This is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row.
What did the FBI take out of the house here? Like what?
Nothing.
I don't even care about the kids. Well, all right, next.
They came here though.
Yes.
During
We met with them multiple times.
you met with them multiple times.
Yeah.
Did they ask you for like polygraphs or anything like that?
No, but
No.
We're not.
we don't know.
We're not
anything.
involved in this at all.
He's my brother, and that's it.
The parents. We've been outside the parents' home
I
for 2
understand.
weeks straight.
I know. I've been
There's
watching.
parents' home
I
for 2
understand.
weeks straight.
I know. I've been
There's
watching.
there's
because
there's people
the
out there.
only
They
way
they
I find
feel
things out is the news.
your family's involved. A cloud of suspicion. The
Sure.
reason why we're here for
Of
you
course,
is
we
because the
totally
media,
understand. I
the
know.
media.
The media ended up misconstruing what I said when they asked me if I had seen my brother. Like I said in the beginning, they didn't say, "Have you seen Brian?" It was, "What's the weirdest thing about this all?" It was, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I tried to contact them after this. I tried to contact my family after this.
And this was after the camping thing and all that. I still don't understand why. At least News Nation, I'm glad that they at least put this out. And this is from the protesters asking the questions. Versus the other thing where all they did was remove what the, I believe, reporter asked or something like that.
I hadn't been able to speak to my brother.
Do you know
That's
about
it.
any additional burner phones?
I have no idea.
So you don't know nothing.
No,
Like
he's
after.
my brother that I don't talk to that much.
And the parents ain't talking to you. Your own parents are not talking to you for what reason? They just
The lawyer said not to.
whose lawyer?
They're my parents' lawyer.
Their
We don't
lawyers.
have a lawyer. We have nothing to hide. We were told not to talk to anybody, and I'm upset that we have to come out and do this and then explain myself to the FBI.
So
So-
when Gabby was missing, the parents weren't even looking for her. They weren't even out looking for her.
We don't even know what they knew. We can
Do you
assume.
know that she was missing when they went to Fort De Soto?
No.
You didn't had no
September
clue that
11th,
she was
the
missing.
detective that was working with Gabby's mom called me up while we were on vacation,
We were in Orlando.
and then I called her back because we were eating dinner, and I told her everything she needed to know. We told them from day one that we were at Fort De Soto with them on the 6th and that they came over here on the 1st. The police has known everything that's out there the whole time, from September 11th night on. That's when I became involved, and I knew nothing before that.
Any other
So
questions?
what were your thoughts after you found out she was missing and your brother was here by himself and in her van and ran up $1,000 on her
These
credit
are
card?
things we're not allowed to answer.
Yeah.
And that's
Have you ever seen Brian hit Gabby?
No.
Have you ever seen him fight?
No.
Have you ever seen him hit any woman?
No, I've never seen him be
Domestic
abusive
violence
or
runs your
angry
family.
in anything. No.
You know
No.
that we talked to neighbors. We canvassed your parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've heard screams coming out of your parents' house on multiple
Your
occasions.
parents' home.
Okay, I
Screams.
don't know what to tell you about
Might have been
that.
our kids. We lived there for a year.
Oh, you lived at the home in Wabasso?
Yeah,
Gabby
when
and
they-
Brian lived with us.
when they were in
And
New York.
Mm.
And you've never seen him fight? No argue? No.
Of course, we bicker,
But nothing-
everybody bickers, but nothing like what no
Nothing that would
domestic
constitute
anything.
domestic violence.
No,
No.
yes, or else we would have done something about it.
Right.
Like, I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to that what's saying has happened. I wouldn't let that happen. We're
not evil monsters were made out to be.
A lot of people just want answers. There's a cloud of suspicion. Nobody came to your house, I'm sure, to after it came out in the media. They said, "Oh, you lied." They said that you misled
I've
the.
been accused of lying,
saying
but
that you
it's
didn't
not
see him.
right. I didn't say that I didn't see him. I said I didn't speak to him after that question. Was like, what was the weirdest thing that I haven't been able to talk to my brother? As in, from the 11th forward, I have not been able to talk to my brother.
Around.
Yes.
If you read the transcript, it's right
there. The transcripts are out there of everything that was said, and then I was misquoted on inside the article.
I did hear that the transcripts are out. I never seen them or looked at them, but I did hear there was out there. Still doesn't make sense to me why they didn't just put the video out, but
that's not what I said. I'm sincere.
I think you guys need to make like a public statement telling Brian to turn himself in. I think that would ease a lot of people's.
We don't even know if he's on the run or he's.
Do you think he's dead?
I have no idea.
Where does he camp around here? Like where else besides Fort De Soto?
We've told the
sure she's giving
the FBI everything.
When you guys were children, you're obviously your whole family's outdoorsy. So when you guys were children, you know, like every summer I went to a place. Where was your summer vacations at normally?
We didn't have that. We grew up on a great street where our summer vacation was hanging out with our friends. So
I mean, we have to. We are here for the Petito family. They are suffering gravely, things that you will never even feel.
Hope not.
And it's just right now. You know, having your family destroyed, and then the people that you trusted your family member with is ignoring you and hanging up the telephone on you.
I understand. I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Why would he do that? Like why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed, Gabby, and
They had a storage locker.
Brian, do you know where it was?
I have no idea.
Do you know what date your brother flew back, that your dad paid for the plane?
Didn't even know he paid for the plane.
Did he fly back?
Yes,
from,
he flew back.
Like around like what, the 17th or something?
Put it into their house.
Around like the 17th or something, after the fight.
He got here on the 17th. I don't know what day he left.
Did you see him on that trip?
Yes.
What was discussed? Anything? Was he discussed about?
They were talking. He was telling me where they were going next. I FaceTimed with Gabby and the kids on that trip. I mean,
did he say he got in a fight with Gabby? No. He didn't talk about that incident?
Just was a surprise to us, too.
Yeah. We're unfortunately in the dark as much as everybody else. And
what was your brother like when he was in middle school and a teenager? What was he like?
I didn't live in the house at the time.
Has he ever been violent with you?
No.
Never
violent with anybody?
Brother? I mean, me and my sister went at it. She pulled my hair, kicked me in my eye.
We're 8 or 9 years apart. We're not.
Yeah, you're older.
Yeah. He's not like my age.
Thank you, Anna. Appreciate the super chat. I'm gonna check after if I missed any of them.
We were little together, brother. I mean, I was.
But you guys lived in the house at Wabasso. Everybody lived there.
No, my parents lived in New York.
Oh, they lived in New York. You lived in the house.
We were remodeling the house.
And then Brian and Gabby came there.
When they moved down to Florida, they moved in with us to get on their feet.
How did they meet?
Jobs.
High school.
That's,
Well,
I feel like I'm answering too many things.
Yeah, I understand, and I appreciate and respect. Out of respect, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave out of respect. We're gonna leave.
We appreciate.
I don't think we're gonna be back. And I'm sorry. This is what we wanted, and this.
We were told not to come out, but I can't have my kids crying.
Well, the fact that you came out, we're not coming back.
Yeah, we're not.
I mean, unless you're lying or there's something new, we're not coming back. God bless you guys.
No, us too.
We just want justice for her.
We're upset. We're sad.
And you see, we're rational people. We just want answers. We want just closure for Gabby.
I would, if I were you, change your strategy because
where our summer vacation was hanging out with.
I kind of cut out. I guess I don't know why they.
There's
like these little.
Your strategy because
where our summer vacation was hanging out with her.
Were there things edited out? I don't know why. What's that?
Yeah.
it's a tough situation, and I'm hearing you, and I appreciate you guys coming out and talking. We do respect that, and that's why.
Save our neighbors.
Yeah.
And this, again, if no one, I don't think anyone would have ever came to your house until the media came out and said, well,
the media said that, and my parents' lawyer really screwed me over by saying that he just
Well, I
stopped
saw
by.
the comment that
he
he
did
made.
not just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to anybody.
Yeah, no.
I'm done. Because that put me in danger, that made my kids find out this horrible way with questions. We were waiting until there was some kind of closure, so the kids were just sad. Instead of sad, worried, and now really scared of you guys.
Well, based off all the stuff on the internet, do you think Brian killed Gabby?
I don't know. The internet is the internet.
Understand. If you had anything to say to Gabby's family, what would you say?
We've already reached out through the FBI to them, so.
Yeah, I've already spoken. I mean, I know the family personally, and I can share this. What do you have to say to Gabby's family?
I don't have anything to say right now because the police has told us specifically not
to
to
them,
talk
but
to
yeah.
anybody or anything.
And she's going outside of that talking to you.
Yeah.
So you have to respect
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna.
As long as you didn't say anything that you didn't tell them.
They know everything.
No, they know
So-
everything. 100% honesty. September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative. They've
It's
come
just
over, we've
frustrating
met
because
them.
the family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
get. They won't give them.
I don't know.
It's
Parents have hung up the phone on them.
I mean, it's just
Not getting the belongings.
frustrating.
I'd also like to say
I really wonder where that storage unit is at that they've referenced multiple times.
that not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me. So I was not ignoring his phone calls. I
Right.
didn't get them.
Our first one was from the.
And that could have
Sept
happened. He
County.
could have got the wrong phone number. It's very easy. So
We called them right back.
it doesn't,
It's just sad.
in
It's
our
just a
view,
sad
this is
situation.
not
It's
how
just
innocent
sad.
people
I
act.
don't know what to think, but I appreciate you guys coming out,
Yeah, definitely.
and I do appreciate you coming out. I don't know what to think.
I
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, to us, the silence was like a form of guilt. You understand?
Oh yes,
Like-
I understand. But for us, silence was not guilt. Silence was
Well,
the
nobody
FBI
came here
telling us
until
not
the
to.
lie
Yes,
was portrayed.
I
And,
know.
you know-
and
Plenty of people here, but
Oh, they have come
media,
by.
but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But there's just people upset, and they just want answers. They want Brian because he's on the loose.
Trust me, I understand.
Whether he's dead or alive,
I
he's
want
out
it to be
there.
found because one,
the
this
sooner
is-
he's found,
sucks for
the
us.
sooner
Yeah.
this is over for us.
Yes.
We can start the.
And that's what we
closure
keep
process.
trying to express to your parents is that if they can just come out and just start cooperating,
I'm making a statement.
making a statement,
I know.
we will go away.
I've
I mean,
been-
we have to. We are here.
Same-
Bless you guys.
For her.
No, us too.
We just want
The cuts to me are really weird the way it's done. I mean, I don't know. Is there a reason some portions were cut out? And it could have been a little cleaner of a cut. It's just weird, those weird gaps. I don't know whether they were rushing or maybe they didn't realize the gaps there, because you can tell there's an obvious cut of the conversation.
want justice for her.
We're upset. We're sad.
And you see, we're rational people. We just want answers. We want just closure for Gabby.
I would, if I were you, change your strategy because they don't have a strategy.
Yeah, they don't even have a lawyer.
Gabby deserves better, and maybe help pressure your parents into doing the right thing, because I'm telling you, Gabby's family's suffering gravely, and your parents know more than they're letting on, and it sounds like they deceived you, which is not good for any parent. And I'm just
we're not even
hoping that
talking
maybe
with them,
some pressure
so-
from the family might help them cooperate with law enforcement so we can put an end to this. Like, I got better things to do. I'm burnt up. I've got chapped lips.
We've been out there.
I'm sick and tired.
You have a beautiful neighborhood.
This is what we need from them.
We've been outside your parents' home for 2 weeks. We just want answers. We want them to come forward and share everything they know. But they refuse to, they just stay silent. They're in their home. Yesterday they went out gardening in the back of their house, during, Brian's on the loose. They haven't given any public statement saying, hey, Brian, turn yourself in,
Or help me find my son, or like nothing.
They're outside
Nothing.
gardening.
Nothing.
We
They're
are
out
just
gardening.
as baffled and blown away as
It's
everybody
like,
else.
going about our lives.
Maybe the gardening thing really pissed off the protesters as well. Like they're just going about their day, kind of, just gardening. How crazy would it be to just see them swimming in the pool one day, just in the back, while people are outside screaming and stuff, and they're just out in the pool,
Like nothing happened.
Do you think, have you heard about September 14th where Brian allegedly bought a burner phone at the 18th? Do you think you think his mom was with him? You think your mother? Because they said
what the news says. I don't know what.
Brian didn't like a cell phone to begin with.
He didn't like cell phones. Is he like an outdoorsman? What is he like? What's his hobbies? Like, does he like do camping like at outdoors? And do you think he could survive out in the woods for a month?
I think anybody could survive out in the woods for a month if you grab a book and go out there and try.
I don't know if I asked before, but do you think he's alive?
I hope so.
No.
You hope so.
Yeah.
See,
I hope so, too.
I think people want him held accountable, but no harm done to him.
No, of course.
You know, we don't want harm done to him. We just want him held accountable for his actions.
We would like to give his nephews an answer to when they can see their grandparents again, when, you know, see their uncle or talk to him or anything. You know, he was their hero, so.
I'm sorry for your guys' pain. I'm sorry for you guys' pain. I really am.
Oh, very sorry, yeah.
Sorry, guys. You guys have a good day. God bless you. I hope everything turns out. Keep praying. This all ends, and then everyone can move on and just move forward from here.
But we need to find your brother so we can start
100%. I don't
start the healing
know what
process
you're
for the
doing, but-
And again, we don't condone any violence on your parents.
Nope.
We've been out there, but we
We're
haven't.
protesting against violence.
We've been out there, but we haven't went on their property. We don't want anyone doing any damage to their house. We don't want anybody to storm their house. We just want answers. We want them to come forward. You know, hopefully they'll do that. Hopefully, I'll be honest. I prayed. I've been praying for the last couple of days, saying I hope they repent and do what's right. Just like I prayed for you guys. I prayed that I would be able to speak to you guys, or you guys would come out and give answers. I prayed for that the last couple of days. I said, and this might happen, and it did. God bless you guys, and it's just hope this gets resolved quickly, because the longer he's out, it's a danger.
I agree, but I agree. I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that it's my kids.
Thank you, and we are leaving. We are leaving, and we're not coming back. I'm not coming back.
Thank you, Cassie. Thank you.
Thank you,
guys
Cassie, for your
joining.
time.
We appreciate
You have a
doing
good day.
the right thing. Yep. Thank you.
Very powerful. The Cassie Laundrie, sister to Brian, James, her husband, came out and talked to us. They came out and talked to us, and I listened to them. And we've been outside the Laundrie house, the parents, for weeks protesting. We're not coming back here. We're not coming back here unless something develops that she knows, but I will give her the benefit of the doubt for now. God bless. This is patriot activism. Their lawyers were telling them, they had advice and said that they weren't supposed to come out and talk to anybody, but they did. They came out and talked, and we kind of got more clarification of what was going on. So we're out here. God bless.
Well, there it is. The full 20 minutes. Well, I mean, it's good. I'm glad that they released that for us to see. Let me see if Brian commented. I'm going to read the chats too and see what you guys think. That was all he said last. I still find it kind of like strange that they all know Gabby, and Gabby was living in the house with, and Brian with the parents, and he comes back, and even the sister, I mean, supposedly, was it September 1st, visited his sister on some sort of whatever. Then they went camping, and the sister meets them, and nobody asks where's Gabby, or what's going on with her. Hey, that's just kind of strange, man. That's kind of weird, kind of bizarre. But I feel like the pressure is being applied, maybe, and I mean, I'm glad they haven't done anything like any physical, harm. Besides that, I don't know what's up with that other incident with the neighbor. Okay, let's see here. Sharon, thank you for the super chat. I read that too. Stephanie, hola, oh my God, poor baby. Hope she feels better. My daughter had to use albuterol, and those side effects are normal. That's what they keep telling me as well. Great medication, just weird side effects. Hope she feels better soon. Keep the pressure. They will break soon. Thank you. Appreciate that, Stephanie. Julie, congrats on your blow up. My theory about the run on that Appalachian Trail, I think he's trying to get to California because his final destination is, what's ACK? I don't know what that is. Anyone with outdoor skills could hide there for a very long time. What's ACK? AK. Got another place. Lone Wolf. The one thing that no one understands is how close Gabby was to Cassie's kids. Can you imagine how those kids are dealing with this at school and home? Interesting. That's a good thing to bring up. Lady J Rose. Last name is Davis too. Coincidence? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Tracy. I know people want / expect to speak and give details. FBI told them not to speak to anyone. I hope that it doesn't hurt / affect the case against Brian. Prayers for your daughter. Thank you. My son had to have breathing treatments as well. Treatments as a baby. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you for the super chat. Aisha, it sounds like the FBI already knew about Fort De Soto. Dog didn't uncover anything. So I think the dog did kind of contribute to the story, and here's why. Because on one of the live streams that we watched, the FBI just recently got that Fort De Soto footage from the camping area, and that happened after Dog the Bounty Hunter. And it's just interesting that it didn't happen before that, before Dog the Bounty Hunter brought that whole situation up. So I don't know. I mean, they're saying FBI knew the details, but to me, it seems like they went and got that video after Dog the Bounty Hunter said that stuff. But I mean, the sister, I believe, said too that the FBI knows about these dates. And so did the attorney, I think, said that as well. Anna, thank you for the super chat. Elastic, Brian comes back without Gabby, and he's at a campsite with his sister, and she doesn't go, hey, oh yeah, hey, where's Gabby? Why isn't she making s'mores with us? All right, Hippie Trends, thank you. Marguerite, this is Jonathan. He got them to talk, but he will probably sue them next week. That's what he does. Missed litigious guy in the U.S. Thank you, Mo. Brian came home in August without Gabby. It probably wasn't weird to Cassie that she wasn't with him on the 1st and 6th. Probably why she didn't ask about Gabby. Apparently, Gabby was close to their kids, so I don't know. I think that's a strange thing. I mean, if you're with somebody and you're living together in the parents' home and family, they might ask, well, how's this person doing that you're with all that time? Julia, so they FaceTimed Gabby when Brian came down August 17, but no one asked to FaceTime with her September 1st or 6th. Right. I mean, the sister's talking about the relationship that they had, that she would FaceTime with Gabby. With her at the 1st or 6th at Fort De Soto, or even mention her. I don't know. Ashley, thank you for the super chat. I am Matt, and thank you for the super chat. Sister Sherry, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Hope you spent some lovely time with your kid. I'm late, but I'll watch from the beginning. Thank you. Thanks for joining and for the super chat. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think, bro. Let me look at the chats here as well. Olivia, thank you for becoming a supporter, a member. Brian Laundrie, gone. Missing. Nobody can find him. Oh, the Dog Bounty Hunter. Oh, here's something new too. Well, it's not. This was hours ago, but I didn't see this. Dog the Bounty Hunter has something to say. Gotta wait for that for a second. Apparently they did a skit. Pete Davidson did a Dog the Bounty Hunter skit as well.
Dead or alive? What do you think?
Well, I would assume, he is alive. Not alive and doing well, but he's alive.
And why do you say?
Well, there's no evidence of him being suicidal like that anywhere. And, he didn't say that to anyone. And if you'll go to his Instagram pages and look what kind of person he really is, and the books that he reads, and especially a very favorite book, that's not books for suicidal people.
Why would he hang around the area that he was last seen in this wilderness area if he knows there's going to be an intensive search? Why wouldn't he not escape knowing that he's getting a jump on everybody because his parents aren't calling the cops for 2 days?
Well, Harvey, one, he was down, he goes fishing or camping, whatever it's called, with his parents. While he's down here in that camp area, the bomb drops. Brian Laundrie hits national news. They are watching that on television and they're going, oh no. Then cell phones were bought, Harvey.
Right.
There was a canoe bought. If you're going out of the country, Brazil, you use a canoe. I mean, there's a lot of things that all of a sudden, oh no, he can't go outside anymore. So while they're at this park, pardon the expression, all hell broke loose. So right then they had to make decisions. And since he's a survivalist, he's been on the Appalachian Mountains for 2 months at a time by himself. And, since he's a survivalist, that was the only thing to do is stash him. Now, is he here right now? I'm not sure. Is he here a few days ago? Absolutely. But he could have got out during night, then he'd have to have help from, I guess it might be close to a family member, and, he's taken off somewhere else. I do not believe that he's in Mexico or Brazil or some of the stuff like that. I've been to Mexico, and if they know you're wanted and you're a Caucasian American, they're going to turn you in for the reward. And if you're doing that to children in America, the Mexicans think you're going to do that to our children here. So they turn you in, or you get beat up by the cartel and surrender to the authorities. So I think he's still up in this area. We have found several items, and we turned them over the day before yesterday to the FBI. So they're going to run DNA tests on what we found. And whatever we found was a couple days old. So hopefully, and just because, even if it's a positive, that doesn't say where he's at. We know he was here because we checked the park registration with his sister, his mom, his dad. Of course, they all said they hadn't seen him. We proved that to be a lie. So we know he was here for sure.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. You don't say. But all right, man. I think we're going to call it a night. Going to read the final, if there's any other super chats. And going to have to be up tomorrow at a decent time. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. If I do a live, it's going to be a little bit later in the afternoon. And so we'll see if there's anything we can prep. And then maybe the day after tomorrow, I'll work on a new story because of these different things that came up that I wasn't expecting, Joe says they may not be able to say all that was said that day at the campground because the FBI, they can get in trouble for leaking information and ruin it. True. Maybe there's more. I mean, obviously there's more, but maybe that's part of the reason. And Pards, thank you for the super chat. Andrew, yep, that's what I'm talking about. In-law don't care. Shucky Ducky, Jonathan was talking over Casey, but I think she asked about Gabby and Brian told her Gabby was busy planning next trip or something. Have to listen again to your love your channel. Thank you, Shucky Ducky. Yeah, that interview, I'm gonna have to listen to it again as well, off stream, just like because a lot of times I'm just doing different things and I miss part of it. But thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight. I appreciate it. Please hit like on the way out. And yeah, man, as far as like, the thing today and all that stuff, I appreciate the well wishes. I was thinking about too, just other parents that have probably gone through that as well. And I was thinking for kids in worse situations, how horrible it must be to see your kid like that. But thankfully, everything seems okay. And you know, the important thing is just to kind of like act fast in those situations. And the hospital that I went to is a really good hospital. I used to actually work there in peds and adult. Used to make the IVs, the PO medications, mix the PO medications, all that stuff. Deliver the medications. So, but yeah, you know, with those kind of things, especially with breathing or fever, she didn't have a fever too much beforehand, but after the fact, like when we got there, and they only let one parent in at a time. But when we got there and went inside, while she was there, her fever went up to like 103, and so I had to tell them, and so they gave her some medication. So, but everything's all right. So you work for the cartel, Mel? Hell nah. I don't mess around with the cartel, man. There was that one YouTuber a long time ago, the Mexican guy. You guys remember that? He was killed. A Mexican guy that had an influence. I guess one day he got drunk and started talking crap about one of the cartel people, and they went and executed him. Young guy. Forgot Mexican influencer. This was a long time ago, though, I think. Oh, this guy. He was wilding out. He told one of the cartel bosses to suck his thing. I think that's what he said. Mess around with the cartel, man. 17 years old. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales. He would do all these crazy videos and get drunk and all that kind of stuff. And I guess one day on a rant or something, he went off on the boss and they got him. And he blew up too. He blew up big before he got killed. He started landing invitations to more and more parties and soon fell into the life of excessive drinking. He would post videos on social media showing him chugging beer and bottles of whiskey, sometimes getting so drunk he would pass out. Oh, I think it was the Sinaloa too. Damn. Yeah, that's weird. El mencho a mi pila la verga, he said, which means more or less el mencho peel my. That's kind of weird. I thought he meant to say, you know, suck or whatever. But anyway, they sustaining between 15 and 18 bullet wounds. Yeah, I don't mess with the cartel. I don't even really cover cartel stories, to be honest with you. Stay away from all that. Don't play around at all with the cartel. But all right, man. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll see what kind of updates. And I'm really looking forward to maybe bringing a new story. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. You guys have a good night. Take care. Peace. Be safe. All right. Good night. Yeah, that was in Mexico. That's a crazy ass story, man. A really crazy story. Young guy. He was just walling out on the internet. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you, Shuck Duck, for becoming a member.